Hello YouTube, it's Keith, Kevin, Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Man, I haven't seen you in a while. I've been out of town for work over the past couple of days, but I'm back. And look what I found when I got home. Oh my goodness. Brand new Spyderco. It's time for the knife of the day. It is the brand new Spyderco Subvert. Brand new Spyderco Subvert. Man, is this a big knife. So, let me give you the high points. Big knife. Great looking knife. Really nice design. Thick knife. Orange knife. A lot of great titanium, and literally 5 minutes out of the box. 5 minutes, smooth as silk. 5 minutes, smooth as silk. All right, so this is the new Spyderco Subvert. They've been sending one knife at a time lately, and the reason is there are some pricey knives. This will go around $300 or so. It is a liner lock, so let's talk about it, okay? It is a large knife. It is a very interesting knife. It feels great in the hand. It's a big, thick beast of a knife with a thick blade, but it is a nice slicer because it goes real thin. They call it a high flat ground blade. You see it start real thick, but it gets super thin, really nice blade. 4.1 inch blade. This, my friends, is not a small knife. 4.1 inch in any direction that you want to measure. But it opens so smooth. So let's 4.1 inch. Now this will probably grab people. I have to admit, I'll tell you my little bias, and people have been saying it, and I've been, oh, that's okay. And I collect Spydercos. I'm part of the collectors club. It's S30V steel. I have to tell you, I am thrilled that Spyderco introduces so many new steel all the time on knives, etc. I do find on some of the custom maker design knives where you have, special pivots and you have all this titanium liners, thick titanium liners, all of that stuff with a decent price. I don't know, S35V maybe? That's all. And you guys know I don't get picky, but I like S30V still. Don't get me wrong. It's weird that the knife company that introduces so many different types of steel and introduces sprint runs of families of steel, all of that kind of thing. But on a lot of their big pricey knives, and again, I'm going to be showing you in the weeks and months ahead some very pricey knives, a lot less pricey than these. And I'm looking forward to them. My bank account isn't looking forward to them, but I am. And I hope you do too. But let's talk about this. So, 4.1 inch blade, the total length of it, and I'm going to compare it to the Verladen, the Butch Verladen subhilt for the thickness so you can see it. And then on the lengthwise at the end, I'll compare it with the military. Okay, so you can get a good sense of the size of this thing. So S30V steel, 9.2 inches total, and the weight of it, now you can see how thick, see the scales, the orange scales, and then you can see that thick titanium liners. It is a liner lock. A very smooth liner lock, by the way. Yes, everything about this is super smooth. The opening and everything else. But you can see how thick it is. It has, we'll talk about the handle. But you can see the orange G10 back spacer. You can see that the lanyard hole, really, the hole is in the liner lock and the back spacer. There's a long way to travel. But they do have a lanyard hole. This is 3D orange G10. It reminds me sometimes, you'll see from the cutlery shop or some other distributors, these distributor exclusives. This reminds me of that. But it's just really nice. I always talk about I love how Spyderco does smooth G10. This has texture on it. It is 3D. It fills your hand. The thing is, with these thick knives, it fills your hand just perfectly. The thing is, it's heavy in the pocket. It's 6.2 ounces in the pocket. It's thick in the pocket. But man, oh man, it feels great. It looks great. Of course, the pivot, a custom with quote marks around it pivot, and the regular clip, no fancy clip. It's their regular clip, and it is only right hand tip up. Only right hand tip up. The liners, the titanium liners, they are skeletonized, but not as much as usual. Usually I say it's skeletonized the hell out of their liners to save weight. This has 3, dime-size holes in each of the liners, to skeletonize it. But it isn't skeletonized like into a frame or anything. I'll tell you, it's 6.2 ounces. And I like to do this when I first get these knives. It is super balanced, though. I would not have guessed. I would have guessed that it was heavy because of what I see, how thick it is, how long it is, but it does not feel heavy in the hand. It's 6.2 ounces. 6.2 ounces is 6.2 ounces, but it's so well balanced. It's very nicely done. And yes, I can't pronounce the name of it, but most of you know it is Taichung, Taiwan, where they make a lot of Spyderco's best design, best made knives. Some of their best design, best made knives. The touches are really nice. The cutouts of the scales right here, so the lanyard doesn't have to travel through them. It is super sharp. And this 4.1 inch S30V steel high full flat ground blade has this, I'll call it a belly. It's more like a neck, right? It's a recurve belly right here. First, sharp as sharp can be, all the way around the belly. They're calling it a drop point, and it is, because you do get your point after this large belly. All of this is cutting edge. So it's really nice. No jimping at all on it. So you don't get any jimping, but man, it feels, again, it is a thick puppy with all that titanium, and I know it costs, that titanium costs. Again, some of the knives we've been waiting for from Spyderco are starting to come through, and they are expensive knives. And again, when you get these knives designed by custom makers, a lot of what we see throughout the year from Spyderco are these variations, right? We get all of these bunches of distributors. If you look at I posted a couple of weeks ago the knives that I got from Spyderco in 2018, and there were like 30 of them I had already sold. They are bunches of knives, a lot of them too are dealer exclusives, and those are natives, para threes, paramilitary twos, militaries. You know, when you get those kind of Delicas and Doras, Spyderco has been producing those. They are some of their best-selling knives, and so they are already tooled up. I mean, they have to change, you know, the materials for the handles. They have to change materials or the steel, but the tooling's there because they make, I would guess they have already made hundreds of thousands of those and will continue to make those. And that's where you get the variations. But when you start talking about these unique designs, they have to refit everything, right? For a one shot on a knife, and then they price it to try to make their money back and then profit off of it. So they do this a lot, and then if it doesn't work, as you know, they'll stop producing. This, once you pick it up, you know it's a quality knife. Once you open it up, you know it's a real quality knife. It is so smooth and so nice. And that blade, whew, looks like a beast, slices like a beast, cuts like a beast, and because of how the handle is designed, so you don't have the regular Spidey hump right here because of the hole, all right? But it's a nice profile once it's laid in there. It doesn't come all out here. It's just really super nice, well-balanced knife. So there you have it. What a big beast of an orange knife, huh? I'll tell you. Now, I keep saying it's thick, and I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. So I'm going to lay these down on the table, but so you can see this is the military, and then this is a Subvert. You see how much thicker it is? I mean, the military has a G10. It's not 3D, and they don't have those big liners. That titanium is thick, thicker than the scales, way thicker than the scales. Okay. And then, I have always thought the Velad is one of the thickest of Spyderco's knives, where they have that smooth G10, and then that those thick stainless steel liners, and this is even thicker than that. And look at the back spacer at the end. A super thick, really super made beast of a new knife. It is a gem right out of the box. 5 minutes. I took a picture, posted it on Instagram, and started this camera to do this video for you guys. It is an exciting new Spyderco Subvert. S30V steel. I do. Even if it was S35VN from Crucible, just a little bit. I know they have a lot of S30, and I like S30V, but I don't know, just a little bit something else. Thick titanium liners, a wonderful liner lock, just so well designed. Yeah, it's orange, it's beautiful with a big knife, that recurved belly. It is the Spyderco Subvert. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm doing this at night, 9 o'clock on a Wednesday. So this is my Thursday video. I'll get a chance to post something else on Friday and talk to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. That just helps me a bunch. Turn on your notifications so that when I do a new knife late at night, you get notified from YouTube. Man, I appreciate you guys so much. I missed you. I missed talking knives with you. You have a perfect day. Perfect night if you see it in the night. Perfect day. Hope your life's doing well. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.